Hello, I'm Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary of Rules Editor for the NCAA. And today we're continuing our series of training videos for 2025, and we're going to be focused on game action from week 4. Now, before we get into our plays, I want to talk about integrity, courage, and poise. That's 3 things that we have to take onto the field with us. But integrity, it transcends the field. We not only have to show our integrity on the field, but in everything we do, in our job, home life, all across the board. Integrity is so important. But it's very difficult today, especially with the gambling society we live in. So to that end, we have posted a Sport Radar video. We posted it this Tuesday, and we want you to watch it. You have until the end of October to get it done. It is part of the requirement to work postseason, but it's so important that you focus in and learn and see the techniques, how you could be approached, and all that's going on in the gambling world. Keep yourself clean in this area. Now, one last thing, one CFO. Let's continue to focus on being one CFO, regardless of the conference you're in terms of our rules interpretations, our mechanics, our officiating standards. We must all be together. So with that, let's get on into our video. Our first play this week, we're early in the first quarter, is the kickoff after the first drive, and we must always be alert. And we'll see here that the kicking team is going to try a surprise onside kick. We have very good coverage, and we're going to rule a legal recovery by the kicking team. Now, replay is going to stop the game for further review, and we get a few good looks. It looks like the ball is touched just as it goes 10 yards, but the all-22 camera, that really confirms that it's a legal recovery. And remember, replay must review all aspects of the play, including the blocking here by the kicking team, and all blocks are legal, so replay is going to uphold the call on the field. And one last note, the kicking team does a good job of staying onside here. All in all, this is a well-officiated play, a surprise play, and we were ready. So let's always expect an onside kick until we see that the ball is away. Good job. Play 2, and we're going to look at another play of impact with our new injury timeout rule. And we see here the offense has a big gain. They make a first down inside the opponent's 10, and the offense is in tempo. But we stop the game for an injury timeout for the defense. It's actually 2 players go down injured, number 93 and number 84. And they do go down before we get the ball spotted. So the crew properly just makes this an injury timeout, nothing charged to the team. As we go back and take a look at the all-22 camera, we see that just after the play, a coach on the edge of the team area, he forcefully points multiple times to the ground. And then we see both players almost simultaneously go to the ground injured. Again, we never make a decision or judgment as to the injury. We just follow the bright line in the rule, and we charge the timeout only if the player presents as injured after the ball is spotted. Now, the conference did follow up with the institution, but the crew on the field handled this properly. Don't let up. This rule has had an impact on the ugly feigning injury situations. It's not perfect, but let's continue to do our part. Play 3 is a 2-play vignette concerning kickoffs. Now, our first play is the opening kickoff of the game, and as we see, the kicker approaches the ball. At the last moment, the ball falls from the tee, but he's able to kick the ball down the field. But the crew does a good job here. They shut the play down. Now, we know by rule, if the ball for any reason falls from the tee, officials shut the play down, it's a dead ball, and the kicking team will reset and re-kick. And our guideline is if the ball falls from the tee twice, then that kicking team must provide a holder for the kick. Now, our second play, we see something very unusual here. It's a kickoff, and the team is using a drop kick to put the ball in play. And we know on kickoffs, starting a half, following a touchdown or field goal, the kick may be a place kick or a drop kick, as we saw here, and this is legal. Following a free kick after a safety, the kickers may use a place kick, a drop kick, or an added option of the punt. And let's be alert, if we have a foul carryover after a touchdown or field goal, and we're kicking off from back at the 20, the punt option is not available. It's just available on a free kick after a safety. Play 4, we have a big 4th and 1 situation as we start the fourth quarter, and the line to gain is the plus 19. Then we get a pitch back to the tailback. He runs to the boundary right at the line to gain, and the line judge is going to rule that he is short of the first down. Now, let's go back and take a look at the line judge mechanics. It's excellent work initially to go immediately to the line to gain. That's very good. But now when the runner approaches, the line judge, he bails out hard using the normal 45-degree mechanic, and you've got to protect yourself. But with this critical line to gain, maybe consider not giving up the line to gain so quickly and back out just like we would at the goal line. And since we're beyond the team area, you can prep your sideline before the play to make sure everyone is significantly back and you have plenty of room to work. Now, replay is going to stop the game, and we see from the end zone view that the right shin and knee is the first to go down. And from the sideline view, we can see that the ball is clearly beyond the line to gain when that right leg goes down. So replay is going to reverse this to a first down. It's a tough play for the line judge. Good job by replay, but let's work hard on the field to make sure that we get good spots on these critical fourth down plays. Play 5, the quarterback's going to drop back. He throws to the receiver coming across the formation. The receiver is wide open, makes the catch, and has a nice gain on the play. But we're going to get a flag down from our back judge for offensive pass interference. As we go back and take a look at the play, starting with the formation, it's a 2-by-2 formation, so the back judge's initial responsibility is the number 2 receiver on the line judge's side. So that's the slot receiver on the top of the formation. And as we follow this receiver, he goes directly for the defender in coverage. He actually alters his route slightly, and he bumps off the defender, leaving the receiver wide open. This is an excellent job by the back judge, staying with their initial responsibility, observing the action. And we all know that anytime your initial responsibility flashes back toward the middle, antennas have to go up. So excellent job by our back judge. Good call here. Play 6, we're going to take a look at line of scrimmage action. Now we see there's a man in motion across the formation. The defensive left tackle is going to jump into the neutral zone without contact. And before the snap, the offensive left tackle on the other side of the line, he jumps. Now the crew gets together to discuss the action, and we get a very good announcement from our referee.
Call start. Offense number 57. The defender that was in the neutral zone did not threaten number 57. Therefore, it's a false start. Third down.
So let's talk about the defense here. We know that if they jump in the neutral zone and there's contact, then we shut it down and there's offside on the defense. We also know that if they're in the neutral zone at the snap without contact, it's a live ball foul for offside. But if the defense jumps in the neutral zone and if an offensive lineman immediately reacts when threatened, it's a foul on the defense. But by rule, a defender, as we know, can threaten up to 3 linemen. If they are head up an offensive lineman, that lineman and the 2 adjacent linemen are considered threatened. If the defender jumps into the gap between linemen, as we see here, then only the 2 linemen here, number 50 and 65, are threatened. And the action on the other end of the offensive line by number 57 is a false start. Good job by the crew here. Play 7, we have 2nd and 22. The quarterback's going to take the snap, he drops back, and then he throws to a wide open receiver. No defender is even in the area for an easy touchdown. Now, as we go back and take a look to see how this receiver got so wide open, he comes in motion on the previous play, and he's just going to linger. He continues to drift out toward his own boundary. He's unaccounted for, and then he's going to stop just in bounds on his own sideline. And then, at the snap, he runs down the field unopposed. Now, by rule, this is an unsportsmanlike conduct foul under unfair tactics. Now, the rule states that no simulated replacements or substitutions may be used to confuse opponents. No tactic associated with substitutes or the substitution process may be used to confuse opponents. This includes any hideout tactic with or without a substitution. So the bottom line, if a team is deceiving their opponent, disguising the 11 on the field, and they're trying to hide a player, it is an unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Our last play this week involves targeting. Now, the offense throws a quick slant across the middle, and there's a big hit by the safety, number 10. Now, our side judge is going to get a flag down for targeting, and as we know, all targeting fouls are reviewed. And as we look at the replays, and as a reminder, we must confirm all aspects of the targeting for it to be upheld. We clearly have a defenseless receiver here. Number 10, he attacks and leads with the head, so we do have an indicator, and there's forcible contact to the defenseless player's head, so the targeting is going to be upheld by replay, and number 10 is disqualified. Now, there is some shoulder involved here, but it does not negate the fact that there is an attack and forcible contact to the head of the defenseless receiver, so this is a correct call for targeting. Now, we're going to get an announcement from our referee.
All the way in
After
December.
review, the targeting foul is confirmed. Number 10 is disqualified. It's first and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's an excellent announcement, but referees, let's use upheld even on targeting fouls versus confirmed. But good job on the field here and good job in replay. Well, that's it for our plays this week. Let's use these as learning opportunities. Discuss these in your pregame meetings. Be ready to go as a crew. And remember, we want quality fouls. Make it be there before we get our marker out. Make sure we're dead ball officials. That's so important to help keep control of our games. And excellent communications with coaches, players, and other officials. Use your winning words, but communicating with coaches is a key to a great day. Concentration, be ready to go every play, and above all things, let's keep hustling. Best of luck.